The community has been aware of the HLVR initialism for months, first being discovered in the initial release of Valve's odd VR experiment ground, Destinations. When first found, it seemed like there was very little to go on in regards to Valve's leaks, and it stayed that way for a few more months. Fortunately, it seems as though there was substantially more information that was quickly hidden by the puppet masters up in Bellevue. After some talks with testinglol and a long post made on FacePunch, it seems that our current idea of HLVR may be a bit inaccurate, if these leaks are anything to go on. And before we get started, I would love to send a huge thank you to testinglol for the help with this video. Okay, there are a few things we need to go over before jumping in. First, I'm going to keep the speculation sign up there for the entire video. The lines of code are real, found within Destinations and Dota 2. However, all my predictions surrounding them are just that, predictions. I may be speculating based on Valve's recent behavior in the history of the company, but it is unconfirmed until Valve says so. Second, let's talk about how Valve likes to communicate with us. There have been very few times in the last 10 years where someone from HQ was upfront and blunt with us. Instead, it seems that almost all of the information we have on the possible future moves of Valve come from these lines of code found in various files of CSGO, Dota 2, TF2, Robot Repair, and Destinations. These leaks come in 3 flavors. Post-leaks have been discussed here before. They signify the cancellation or removal of a game or feature from development, and are shown off to the community in the form of a controlled leak to gauge the feedback, to see if the future or idea could be reused in a future project. And remember, Valve reuses everything. Pre-leaks are very similar to post-leaks, except they hint towards actively developed features or games. Most pre-leaks are related to the big 3. And lastly, there are honest leaks, things that Valve did not intend on releasing to the public but ended up out anyways. So with that out of the way, it seems that what we currently know about HLVR may mostly be leaks, as according to testinglol, much of the HLVR strings contained in Destinations were quickly disguised after being found. This was done by changing the HLVR prefix on strings to just VR. This opens up a lot, as although most of the strings started out as non-HLVRs, some did. So for example, hidden are strings such as use pucks, pick up max mass, and prop glove and prop VR hand. These are mixed in with references to teleporting controllers, crowbars, energy guns, and the fact that the prop hand is now currently in the files referred to as the gravity glove. It seems though that these strings point more towards testing, and not the true game behind the initialism HLVR. Most of what is seen at first has to do with porting the traditional Half-Life experience over to VR. This is furthered by some more detailed enemy cover code compared to what is seen in Half-Life 2 and VR interactions with weapons. And yeah, it's exciting to see crowbars, grenades, energy guns, and whatever the gravity glove is on the surface, but the only string thus far worth looking into deeply is pick up max mass. These strings are found in Destinations, a currently Source 2 program. However, up until now, most of Valve's other VR experiences run in Unity, and I honestly expect any major software to follow suit. If development of the lab had concluded on Unity, I would expect the game devs to build off of the work already completed. However, these strings are found in Source 2, and most likely point towards that engine's capabilities. The max mass string points towards a beefed up non-Havoc physics engine, which we already know to be Rubicon, and if still being worked on, it may be quite impressive to behold. The game calculating specific mass of each object is nothing new, however, this probably controls the maximum pickup strength of a character, and possibly signifies the ability to raise or lower that ability over time. This is furthered by the line crowbar impact damage mass, which could signify the engine simulating collisions and interactions between objects based on the energy placed between them. However, this line does not reference VR at all. Take that as you will. One lone reference to Valve's rumored RPG was found in RPG Player Spawn. Now, I personally think that HLVR and RPG are 2 separate projects. However, I have no idea whether or not the RPG project went far or actually means anything anymore. Next, a large group of animation references were found for pistols, ragdolls, head crabs, and our good friend, the gravity gloves. First, it seems that Valve is giving complete control over the weapons, with the pistol clip and chamber being player controlled, along with the head crab having a smoke bomb ability. Keep in mind, none of these are found in Half-Life 2. The animations also reference a ragdoll's ability to recover. There was also a large group of VR carrying info found once again talking about the mass and now size of objects being picked up, along with the maximum sweeping distance a player's hands can go. Lastly, found during the initial Dota 2 test 7.0 updates, the SND tool help file was updated referencing HLVR's 3D audio. All of these do not paint a picture of a game in development with a set driven force. Instead, I have a feeling that everything we are being shown as HLVR is instead the result of Valve's extensive VR testing. We have already been told that there will be something shown off at next year's dev days, so stuff is in development, but it is probably too specific to properly tease. Seeing as Valve attempted to hide these, maybe HLVR is just the internal name for a VR experimental build, and the true game may have stemmed from these tests. Maybe the game is reusing something we could quickly identify, or maybe they just want to keep a few secrets for next year. Either way, it seems that we are not getting the full picture, or we may not even be looking at the right picture altogether. But hey, that's just my speculation. And anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you want to support these videos, check out my Patreon page down in the description below, or maybe check out some of those live streams that I do 3 times a week, weekends at 6 p.m. Thank you very much for watching once again. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.